I'm just gonna.
Hello and welcome back to James's birthday party. My name is David.
And my name is James. You just said my name, so it just sounds kind of repetitive. But hello, welcome to the Star Wars Stuff podcast, where we talk about all things Star Wars. But before we get started, we have some amazing people to thank. So take it away, David.
Some amazing next level people.
Next level.
Our awesome top tier Patreon supporters are as is Darth Ace1, Liam McCallie, Chris Simpson, Kevin Leininger, Dev McCaffrey, Drew Peters, Zach Netzel, Matt Morris, Maka Tautala, Adam Haber, Brad Mackey, Front Row King, Darth Beard, Indiana Solo, Mariana Atia Arnold, Resk Jedi 27, and Alex Blendell. Thank you so much for awesome love and support out there. And if you go to legionsabers.com and use the code STUFF at checkout, you get 15% off. So don't forget about that.
Yes, we always talk about them. They are the best lightsabers. Just saying. I'm just saying that. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're really good guys. I wouldn't be talking about them if they weren't. So
yeah, no.
Go check them out. So yeah, we got a brand new trailer today, James.
Yeah, did you know it was going to happen? Did Lucasfilm tell anybody?
Knew.
Why don't they hype us up for trailers? Like, I know it's kind of dumb when there's a trailer for the trailer, but at least let us know it's about to happen, so we're all prepared, so we're all ready. So no, this morning I wake up and I don't even know how I heard about it, because Colin had texted the group and I had already watched this. So I don't remember where I found out. I think maybe it was a screenshot on Instagram. How did you find out about it right away?
So I got a text from Ted saying Andor Season 2 trailer out. And I was like, okay. So I go to all my feeds, nothing. Nothing anywhere. And I was like, did he maybe look at a fan trailer? I don't know. So I was working. I was at work. I was in a meeting. I was on the phone. And then I see a call from Colin come through. And I was like, okay, yeah, there's a trailer somewhere.
There's a trailer, yeah.
I just got to find it. And I sent Colin a voicemail. And then like a minute later, he calls me back. And I'm like, oh, man, they probably showed some great stuff. So then I sent him a voicemail again. And then he went on live today. And he talks about all the stuff that he saw. So when I finally did get to see it, I was like, that's an odd music choice.
It's interesting. You're not the first person to say that. Online, there's a lot of people who are also confused by the music choice, because it's a song. It's a modern song in Star Wars, and they did it, of course, for Skeleton Crew for that trailer. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with it, or are you still kind of taken aback by that?
I am not as up in arms about it, but it's odd. It's very odd. Because, I mean, Star Wars is known for its music. Why don't they use Star Wars music for the Star Wars trailer, If Star Wars wasn't known for its just crazy, like, brilliant, great music, you would want to do things like this. You go to different artists, use like music that fits with the theme and the tone of the trailer. But no, Star Wars has some really great music, man. Even if they remix it like a tad, kind of like what they did with the Force Awakens trailer, I'm all for it. It was cool. We got a new kind of like remix track for the classic Star Wars theme, but it's like, it's almost like they're making it. It has a very, very like Marvel Studios hint to it,
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just odd. And it was okay, but it's like, why use the thing that's not better than the thing you already own and have? It's like, what do you, I don't understand. What are you doing? What are you doing here?
It is shocking. For those of you joining us right now, we're talking about the music at the beginning in the Andor Season 2 trailer, which a lot of people are talking about. In the house, we got Bender, Neat Room, David. Bender on YouTube says Neat Room. Mariana Arnold says, hey guys, thank you for joining us. So yeah.
Thanks, Bender. I just hung up my first floating helmet there.
Yeah, it looks like there's somebody standing back there, but it's not. It's just a floating helmet, so it's fine. But yeah, I will
Like that meme of
say,
the Undertaker.
when I did hear the music, I was taken aback. But at the same time, I loved Andor season 1 so much that I was just like, "This is good." You know what I mean? Like this, what they're showing is very good, and I think it's one of the finer trailers that Star Wars has released because it gave us plenty without giving us a lot, and we got some really cool like footage in this trailer, and I am even more hyped than I was already for this thing. And what like minus the music, David, how else did you feel about it?
Okay, so the things we know, Tony Gilroy's back. This is his thing. I got to speak to someone at San Diego Comic-Con who kind of told me that like no one's telling him what to do and they're giving him notes. He's not paying attention to them. Just like he did on season 1. So
Yeah.
I'm hyped for that. And the possibilities are just almost endless with this because you could do so many different things. But of course, I think you want to keep it in the same tone as the previous season. But you're going to get, and this is a shocking thing too, because apparently we're going to get 3 episodes a night.
3 episodes a week of this show. And
well,
this is
I'm trying to find the graphic here. So a night. So that first Tuesday, April 22nd, you're going to get episodes 1, 2, and 3. How long are these episodes? Are these going to be like a movie a night?
I hope so.
That's almost what it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
And we do know that every single section of 3 episodes is like an entire year leading up to Rogue One.
That's wild. That's insane. And and this is crazy for Star Wars to do this because they, 1 episode a week. Giving us 3 in one day is ridiculous because it feels like it's that binge watching thing that people want to do. I want them all to drop at the same time. It's like, well, it kind of is going to be all dropping at the same time because I guarantee you're not going to be able to watch all 3 episodes on that first day because if these episodes are long, you got to set aside 3 hours of your day just to watch these things. So in a way, we are kind of getting a binge watching series with this. And like the first season, each of the 3 episodes was its own story arc. So I think we're going to be getting, 4 story arcs with this season. And this is just wild. This is wild. Do you think they're testing something out, David, or do you think that for this particular show, this is the way to watch it?
I'm glad you asked that, James. So, on the podcast for years and years and years now, we've been asking for them to elongate the episodes. So, maybe this is kind of like the precursor to them actually fully listening to us and giving us hour-plus long episodes.
Yes.
And that they don't have hour-plus long episodes to do this, so they're just going to give us 3 episodes every night, and they're going to test it how it goes. So I know on the Marvel side of the house right now, when Daredevil drops, they're going to release 2 episodes, and I think midway through, they're going to release another night with 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. And then I think maybe the last night might be 2 I don't know. But they're tinkering around. And it's like, guys, you don't have to really tinker around that much. This might be the answer because they're stuck in this whole like mindset of 30-minute, 40-minute. But if they give us, I mean, the dream was to get movies on TV streamed directly to our house. This kind of is the answer in a way without just doing full long hour and 40-minute episodes.
And I will say, and we got Mariana on YouTube saying the 3 episode a night setup scares me. I think each one will be shorter, which that is, I know Colin and David and I were texting today and we were all kind of, I think Colin brought it up. Does this mean they're going to be shorter to make up for that hour and a half long?
Yeah, hopefully they don't kneecap us like that. And
so that is
come out to like 48 minutes.
Yeah, that is a scare that is currently on everyone's mind right now because we could see Lucasfilm kind of do that to say we're going to cut them all off. And then Tony Gilroy probably said, okay, well, then if you do that, you got to release all 3 of them on the same day so people get the full arc that at that moment. Because like we said, each of these 3 episodes is a year. So we gotta. I'm pretty sure we're gonna love it because I'm pretty sure each episode's gonna lead into the next one, and we don't want to be left there going, oh my goodness, what happens next? What happens next? So at least with this, we will get the whole arc each week. But how long the episodes are going to be is really, really up in the air right now. So
that's the other thing too. Maybe they didn't listen to us and they realized they want to see we want to do a full arc every week. And maybe that's their mindset, and they don't care what we said about doing hour-long episodes.
But we do know for a fact they listen to Star Wars Stuff podcast. We're just saying Lucasfilm totally listens to this podcast. I'm kidding, but
well, no, I mean they do. I mean they sometimes they jump in the chat.
Yeah, that's true. So, we did have Star Wars in there one time, which was crazy. But
it's been a few times.
I will say I loved the first season, how each of the 3 episodes was its own arc, and each one was insane, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm excited to see where they're going to go with these 3 episodes a night and what that's going to feel like. And are we going to all be able to sit there? And then that's another thing. What time are they going to drop it? They got to drop it in the evening, 6:00 Pacific time, or
it should be 5:00 your time, right? It should be
5:00.
Because in the past they've done 7 Pacific.
Yeah, it was 5:00 for Skeleton Crew was 5.
So people are going to be in rush hour traffic, watch it on their phones. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start requesting off work now. I'll be like, every Tuesday I need off because I need a whole day to prepare for what's about to happen. At Adam Haber, welcome to the house. He has a great question on YouTube. Are you going to do a pre-show and then post a show like 4 hours later? Maybe. We don't know. This is all new to us. This all just came out today. So yeah, are we gonna do a pre-show and then just wait 4 hours to drop the last episode, the post show? That's a lot. That's a lot of Star Wars to talk about. Which, hey, we love it, but man, it's
only 4 Tuesdays. It's only a month doing that.
Yeah,
it's not 3 months of doing that. I mean, I think I could still hack that.
And then, Mariana says if it's later than 6 p.m., drops won't be able to stay up to. Yeah, exactly. I won't be able to watch them all in one night. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to watch these in one night. But I think that's also intriguing because we know, hey, I watched one episode tonight. Tomorrow night, I can watch the next one. And if I have enough time, I can watch that second one. So it's nice that we're going to be able to have kind of a binge watch moment with Star Wars with these episodes.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd be shorter than the length of an average movie. So I think people are kind of overestimating, will I have enough time or not? It won't be. It'll be the length of a short film, a short theatrical release.
An hour and a half?
Yeah.
All right.
That's not too bad.
That's a feature film. Yeah. That's if you write a script that's 90 pages.
Right. It's not a typical short film. I was just talking in reference to like a typical
it's a shorter film. And
yeah, I guess that's a proper term. It's a shorter film. Yeah.
But I like I said, I like where they're going with this. Countdown City Geeks in the house.
I think there are going to be theatrical events. Maybe that first Tuesday and maybe the last Tuesday.
Ooh,
the trailer they released is super cinematic. They spent a lot of money on this thing.
Oh yeah, you can see the money.
And I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to put all 4 nights in theaters.
That would be nuts. Okay. And I know some of us in chat and you and I are going to Japan. I know we're jumping the gun here. Do you think they're going to show us the first 3 episodes in Japan or maybe the first episode in Japan?
They might show us the first 6, James.
The first 6 episodes? That's crazy. Yeah, because so the show drops on April 22nd. David and I are flying back to America on the 21st. So yeah, the next day it's got to drop. So there might be a chance that we might have already seen that week's episode. And yeah, I mean, these pictures, if you're watching us on YouTube, we're showing a lot of the pictures right now. It looks, that shot of the X-Wings taking off and flying, I was like, that is really, really cool. And we got the Death Star being constructed and Krennic there watching it, and it's like, man, this. So, are we also going to see a CGI Tarkin? Are we going to see Vader? I don't think we're going to see Vader.
I think we're seeing everybody.
Okay. Here we go. This is the I was talking to who was I? I was talking to a good buddy of mine and I said, I want to know, are we going to get rebels? Are we going to get some rebels somehow into this show? Are we going to see Hera? Are we going to see, any of them live action? I mean, we've already seen Hera live action, but are we going to see any other rebels in this show? Because the time period and everything is kind of lining up. But mind you, Andor is doing kind of the shadier stuff for the rebellion, so maybe their paths don't cross. But what do you think?
So if you would ask me that question about 2-3 years ago, I would say no, they're not showing up. But it feels like Tony Gilroy is more invested in Star Wars, and I think he's more open to things. And the fact that he got a season 2, he may have done more research, so to speak, and gotten more information to construct his story or stories for season 2. So there's a possibility. And I mean, they got the costumes, they got the makeup, they got the actors. It'd be a nice surprise. I think the more that Tony Gilroy has worked in Star Wars, the more he kind of gets fan expectations in a way. And I'm not sure what, I guess story above all else is Tony Gilroy's mindset. But it was interesting, the choice not to have K2SO, not to have Krennic in season 1. But now, I mean, he relied all on story, all on dialogue, really.
Exactly.
And he put it on the backs of Diego Luna and Fiona Shaw, who shocked the stuff out of me. How great of an actress she was in that first season. Of course, we're not going to get her in this season unless we get a hologram of her. Unless they do the proposed Anakin Skywalker Ahsoka season 2 treatment, where we get hollow videos of the past. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we're gonna get Bix back, Brasso back. Didn't see any B2 emo.
Yeah, I didn't see B2 emo either, but he has to come back. He was such a great part of the first season. Bender on YouTube, will this lead up directly to Rogue One? Yes, I believe that's what they've said. I think we're gonna have a moment where he has to go to that planet to go meet with that person, and I think that's where it's gonna end, with him on the mission, and then the mission, of course, then leads to them. Yeah. So,
well, it was like 2 asteroids, right?
Yeah.
Kind of clinging together,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
It
Yes,
was wild.
And so yeah, this one is gonna lead directly into Rogue One, and yeah, I think the last image is gonna be of Andor flying off to go meet that gentleman at the beginning of the movie. Derpy Entertainment, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Says Peak is returning. I hope he means Peak Star Wars is returning, because that's how I feel about it. I love Mandalorian. I loved Ahsoka. I really love Skeleton Crew, but Andor for me is the number one show that they've put out. And
so you're telling me that Peak is not a character?
Oh, is Peak a character? Did I mess that
totally
up?
Forgot about.
Who did I forget about? Oh my gosh. Tell me, please.
Yes, thank you, Nick Alex Lil.
Oh my gosh.
Facebook, the Ring of Kafring.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at his profile picture, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cops from Solo, right?
I love it though. But yeah, maybe I messed up. But anyways, I will say
no. Speaking of Solo,
no.
We got the Star Wars Story moniker back.
I didn't even notice that. Is this real?
This was pulled off the internet today.
No way.
Yep. And here is one of the posters. That says the Star Wars Story right below it. And this is a fantastic poster, guys. Because when I saw this the first time, I thought it was almost like on a shroud or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's just kind of Cassian's face, and it's a little see-through, and you have the lights coming through from the Death Star.
Gosh. Did you ever think we'd have somebody of our race on a poster for Star Wars like that?
I never thought I'd see a Mexican in space.
I never thought that either.
Not in my lifetime. I mean, we got Chewie, but
yeah. But look at him. That is his face on the poster. You know what I mean? This is incredible. This is amazing. And of course, Diego Luna is just a fantastic actor also in his own right. And he didn't need Star Wars in his career. He just happened to be a really great big Star Wars fan and was right for this role. And so glad they continued, or they wanted to tell his story with Andor after Rogue One. So yeah, man, this is just awesome. But yeah,
hey, what's up, Darth Beard?
Darth Beard's in the house, and Nick, the patrol trooper. Yes, yeah, took a year to make. That's incredible. Yeah,
that is pretty awesome.
But I don't have any cosplay or anything cool like that. But so should we watch the trailer and talk about it, or what do you think we should do?
Yeah, I'll bring the trailer up and we can kind of go by it, go through frame by frame a little bit here, because yeah, they will knock us offline.
Are you serious? They will?
Well, I think they'll pull us off of YouTube.
Oh,
other than that, yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna watch a little bit of the trailer until they get mad at us. Yeah. Tell us not to.
Dogs. So there's a lot of walking.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, this was in the trailer that y'all saw in London, right? That was mostly just people walking away from the camera, or was that the teaser they showed? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was like one of the worst trailers of all time. Just people like looking and walking.
You're like,
it looks like Andor's gonna go bowling or something. I don't know.
I like the dogs there in the corner though. Like that's actually pretty funny.
The dogs in the corner.
Yeah, the dogs in the bottom right. Those are dogs on a leash.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
3-headed dog?
I think it's 2
look dogs. At the faces.
I can't. It's kind of hard to see with this resolution, but I mean, just here.
It's blurry, but yeah, those are dogs.
That's weird, man.
Wow, nice catch, James.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And of course, going with how they did season 1, a lot of these are practical locations. Like this is not a lot of CG. I mean, there's CG, plenty of CG, but a lot of this is practical. A lot of this is on location, costumes, explosions. It's pretty impressive.
Very practical looking there. Apparently they shot a lot in Spain, and there's more of Cassian walking. Different uniform there.
Yeah. Are we sure that's Cassian?
Looks like him.
Okay, fair enough.
From the back.
And then looks like they are yeah, if you're listening, okay, hold on. If you're listening to us right now on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, move over to YouTube right now, because we are watching the trailer, and then watch this stream so you can see what we're looking at. Okay. Yeah, it looks like some type of generator that they're destroying. Or is that like a tractor, because it looks like somebody should be sitting up in that seat up there.
So it looks like to me it felt like a transport. More walking.
Shooting while walking.
Shooting and walking.
And then now we're on Yavin 4.
Yeah, Guatemala.
And we're in Guatemala. It looks like where they went right back to that area to film this.
Yeah. Got some X-Wings.
And it looks like, when I first saw this, I thought he was wearing an X-Wing pilot, but I was like, oh no, it's not X-Wing. What am I looking at? But
well, there's that one shot of him, and you see the Imperial cog on his left shoulder, but that one shot where he's piloting, I think, one of those elongated ties. And we got that high resolution picture. And do you think this is Lothal?
That's what I've been hearing. I've heard
that's what everyone's assuming. But there was a name of a moon that they mentioned at the end of Andor that this could actually be. Plus, there's a possibility this could be Dantooine as well. We've never seen Dantooine.
Yeah. The remains of a rebel base.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. This just looks. I mean, yeah, you can see the CG in the background, but this looks amazing. Yeah, it looks like they're like farming or something back there. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think there's another shot where we see Brasso. And I think we see Bix too. Look, there's the shot where he's flying that
TIE fighter. Yeah. Look at that. It's amazing. It looks like they literally built this thing and flew it over this field.
Yeah. And I think that's the carrier that they had in The Mandalorian, right? With all the stormtroopers.
Oh, from when they were trying to break in. Oh, yeah,
where people just stand on the top. Well, in The Mandalorian, they were on the sides, I believe. But it seems like we're going to spend a lot of time on this. This
might be the first 3 episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This whole sequence.
And this is interesting right here. The first season of Andor was hailed by critics everywhere.
I was just about to say,
we don't see this.
This never happens with
Lucasfilm
Star
doesn't
Wars.
do this type of thing.
Nope. We've never seen them do this type of promotional. Hold on 1 second. That carrier was in Rebels, Bender says on YouTube. So that could be. Oh, yes. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was during the Mandalore bit where they were on those transports. I even think they're on Lothal as well. But yeah, there are those transports there. Which clone was it that went to live his life on a farm? Oh my gosh, that's right. There was a clone trooper who did go live on a farm, and it kind of looked just like that. So now I'm like, oh man, it could be so many people.
Right, and you get Saw Gerrera here. He looks more like his representation in Rogue One. But there is a difference there. I think that like side shoulder shield, I don't think it's black in Rogue One. I think it's gray.
And I hate that we're not going to figure out why he has to wear that, because he wasn't wearing that in Andor season 1.
We might see him lose his legs.
Okay.
We might see him in another battle where he's messed up even more.
I just really hope we don't see him and he looks like this already. And we're going to be like, oh, come on, man. You didn't at least show us how it happened. But anyways, Saw Gerrera looks awesome. Yeah, and again, this is crazy that we're seeing critics talking about a show. But mind you, when the movies come out, they do show critics what the critics are saying, but that's before the movie even. I mean, that's after the movie comes out. Never for a show. This is really strange. But anyways, now we're watching Mon Mothma at a party.
Yeah,
the wedding.
Star Wars rave.
Her daughter's wedding.
Confidence,
Luthen. Skarsgård. And then that's
Bix. I thought that was a guy at first when I saw it the first time. I was like, who's that?
That is, oh my gosh, dude.
And that's so reminiscent of Heath Ledger and the Joker and blowing up the
Yep.
And then of course we get Krennic here.
Freaking man. Mendelsohn just loving it, man. He's just, every time I see Ben Mendelsohn in a movie, he looks like he's having the most fun he's ever had. And he just looks so happy being in this.
What a swell party this is.
So yeah,
what is that transport right there in the middle? That looks like my favorite new starship.
Favorite news.
Just loaded up with like missiles.
But which squadron of X-Wings is this?
Black? They're
Black Squadron? Is that what we're...
They got like black accents. I don't know.
So part of me is wondering if this is like Saw Gerrera's like group that he has, like, you know, like maybe he had some X-Wings and he's painted them himself, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so they're not the normal type of X-Wings that we're used to seeing, or the squadron, I should say. But yeah, I don't know what the ship is.
Yeah, but Yavin 4 nonetheless, right?
Mm-hmm. I think, quote unquote, you know what I mean? This could be something else that we don't know, but it looks much like Yavin 4, but this actually could be another planet.
Yeah. In a Rolling Stone quote, a prestige drama with searing action and Emmy-worthy performances. Yeah, where's Skarsgård's Emmy at?
Yeah, I don't know how he did not win an Emmy or get nominated for an Emmy.
Another practical.
Uh-oh.
There's Brazo this spring. Who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
Who are these guys?
Who are these people not
with their
wearing
helmets off?
Well, is that, what's his name? Is that Cyril back there? Or whatever his name is?
Nah, I don't think he ever puts on armor.
Oh, okay. I mean, kind of looked like him with a hat on, but yeah, I don't know who these guys are, like what their job is.
Maybe ISB.
Oh, we got Deidre. Or Deidre, right? Deidre?
Yeah. Deidre Miro.
I have a good friend of mine who cosplays as her for the, yeah, it looks really cool.
Wow.
And then here, yeah, we got some makeup on Ben Mendelsohn to make him look a little younger.
The critically acclaimed series. Oh my gosh, what is happening here?
I don't know, but it's awesome because it looks like he's just mowing down troopers with a TIE.
Oh, it's like repetitive blasts from the TIE.
Yep.
That is awesome.
And then we got
more dancing.
Mon Mothma dancing, which is
really
really
Star Wars without dancing.
Interesting.
Oh,
there's that ship. Your favorite ship right there just flew out of went in hyperspace.
Oh man, it's almost like a precursor to the gunships from Attack of the Clones. You know.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's an older model of those.
Yeah, and you
okay,
see another.
I see that.
An astromech there.
Mm-hmm. And I love this shot, man.
Oh my gosh, I will never get tired of those types of shots in Star Wars.
What was
that's classic Rogue One right there?
It's like a party trick so this has to be. Oh, wait a minute. So Mon Mothma's here. I think this is this her daughter's wedding? Because remember she gave her daughter away for that culture.
That's right.
So if you look at the gentleman there in the blue and the gold standing there next to this machine, he looks like he's also standing in the room with Krennic later. So Krennic might be at this party for this with Mon Mothma during this sequence.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, it looks like a party trick or something. They're all like, "Ooh, look at this."
Or just a camera.
Maybe. I'm taking a picture. I wouldn't put it past Andor to do something because they did phone booths
and video and monitoring people.
And then we get, like David said, classic Rogue One, which is we get K2SO finally, which was one of the most beloved droids, beloved characters in Rogue One. So,
and I believe Alan Tudyk will be in Japan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be. I guarantee you, he's gonna be on stage, making us laugh, hyping up Andor.
And then, so this is them probably gonna go chase after Andor when he steals the TIE fighter. Those are the stormtroopers. So all these guys are gonna get murdered here in a second.
Yeah, I love how it turns red
as they get closer. Yeah,
something we've never seen before. Bam!
Oh, jeez, it's so great. It looks good. Like it looks crisp. You know what I mean? The production design of this is insane.
Yep, it looks fast and intense.
Right, we got another riot, and we got this tractor bulldozer.
Great audio description there, James. We got this thing. Yeah, it looks like a bulldozer tearing up the road, tearing up the brick road. Then we got Cyril with a space tie.
Why does he look like he's going to Hogwarts? Like, why is he wearing? Why is he wearing all of this?
Because he's a company man now. He works behind a desk. Remember?
Look at this tie system they have going on there. It's not on the collar. It's like below the neck. That's a strange looking tie.
The zipper's in the back.
Oh, don't talk about bricks or anything in Star Wars, though. Anyways,
there's
what's his name?
Melshi.
Right? Mm-hmm. From Rogue One, and then
we all know he's gonna make it. He's got nothing to be scared of.
So is this still the party?
Blaster.
Yeah. That is, yeah. This looks a little, yeah.
Adam Locke says, "I'm late to the party. Was watching Clone Wars reruns and lost track of time. Hope everyone is doing well."
That's a good excuse not to be watching this. It's all good. And then of course, Mariana said, okay. Sorry. I think she basically sold her daughter's hand in marriage to money launderers to fund the rebellion. Yeah, that's true. That was a big plot point, and it was like what she would do for the rebellion.
Oh, I love this scene too. It's just going back and forth. God, it's so quick though. Yeah, having classic stormtroopers in this thing, man.
Yeah, it gives it that Star Wars feel.
Oh, look at this spider.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, and it's a different.
I think that's the Deep Shadow Spider Syndicate, James.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, but if you look, there's a different spider on the other side. So yeah, it's a whole different. Oh, wow. It's like a culture or something.
Maybe they are trying to bring in Marvel with Star Wars.
Oh, here we go.
Remember this moment? We're good.
Oh my gosh!
And you're ready to fight.
You're here and you're ready to fight.
Look at that.
There's our boy.
Like, what is he doing? And like, is he undercover? He has to be undercover during this because his hair looks different. He's wearing like a different costume. He has to be doing something very, very strange.
It's the classic thing, and when in Star Wars where the hero gets dressed up as the villain and like just walks around freely. Yeah,
and it's so great. Mariana says this trailer has me so hyped. I'm definitely doing an Andor rewatch on the flight to Japan in case we get to see a couple episodes.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh geez, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right. We have to watch it before we go to Japan. He's got a Phantom of the Opera thing going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so April 22nd, this drops, and we're getting 3 episodes on April 22nd. So that's I love it, man. I love it. And like I said, this is my favorite. Andor was my favorite Disney Plus show from Star Wars. It was what I wanted it to be, and then it just did not disappoint at all.
It feels like, so watching this trailer, it feels like they're holding back a lot, which is great.
Oh yeah.
It feels like there's going to be a lot of things in here that we didn't see. And they don't need to show us a lot because it all has the goodwill from season 1. A lot of people are anticipating this. This is the only show this year, right? Live action show?
I believe so, yeah.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's money on the screen there. I'm hyped. I think you should be too. If you love season 1, I think you're going to love season 2 even more. And then we all know we're going to get returning characters, K2SO, Krennic, the Death Star.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked in chat here, Bender, are we going to see Cal Kestis in this show? Possibility. Don't know if he's involved with the rebellion. I mean, he is involved with the rebellion, but like how far into it? Honestly, though, this is the time to see him. I mean, Cameron Monaghan could show up just as he is now, and it works that he's involved in this. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Seeing all the rogue Jedi, all the Jedi that had to leave from Order 66, it'd be a great opportunity to show these guys. Maybe help on a mission, you know?
Yes.
Maybe you could have like a bunch of them and they just like in Rogue One fashion, they die, you know? They sacrifice themselves, and it's a tale that we learn of that can never be retold by anyone else because no one survives. I mean, there's so many possibilities and opportunities here to make it like really, really hit home. And I think Tony Gilroy is going to do that, but the question is how much of like canon and stuff that I think a lot of Star Wars fans want to see are we going to actually get?
Yeah, and Adam on YouTube just said I think we'll get Rebel cameos, and I'm gonna say I think we're gonna get Rebel cameos because the Rebels
40% chance.
You're gonna say 40% chance that we're gonna see Rebels.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit higher. I think toward the end of like the last couple of episodes, he's gonna be on Yavin 4. And I think because if you remember in Rogue One, Hera is there, the Ghost is there on Tana 4.
That's right.
I think toward the end we will see those Rebels. I think we're gonna get that. And then we might even see a crazy what's his name? Biggs. Biggs might even show up briefly. You know what I mean? Like there's a moment where he could come in as an X-Wing pilot there on a Tana 4. So yeah, so I think there's a good chance we're gonna see a lot of Rebels. Mariana says, I want a live action Asajj Ventress in this. But
I think everyone agrees with you, Mariana.
She said, but I also just really want to see her. Yeah. I think that would be pretty interesting to see her. Hera for sure. Yeah, definitely going to see Hera. I really want Palpatine cameo. I have expected to see the back of him in the trailer. That would be wild if we get a Palpatine.
I don't think it'd be that wild.
Well, I think it will be because I like the idea of going from not seeing him until episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Like if you look at the story, if you don't look at Obi-Wan, but if you look at the story where we last see him in Revenge of the Sith, and then if you go to A New Hope, we just hear his name. Episode 5, we finally see his face. Episode 6, we see him in person. I think maybe just holding him back, referring to the Emperor, having him be like this, like what he is in the first season, just this overall phantom that they hear about the emperor this, I think keep it that way.
But we seen
I
a lot
wouldn't
in episode 3.
what no, but I'm saying, but after, like, in timeline, after we see him in Revenge of the Sith, then I think you just kind of keep him hidden until you see him again in the original.
So you're saying if somebody watched this linearly, there'd be a big space of time where they don't see him, and then finally you get him in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, that's my brain thinking. That's how I would do it. I would keep the Emperor as just this phantom that you hear about, the Phantom Menace. George Lucas knew what he was doing.
But then again, if you watch Kenobi, you kind of see his hologram.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Don't think about Kenobi. I'm kidding. No Vader though. Don't need him. And I'm gonna say, I agree with you about 40% about no Vader, because part of me is like, it would be pretty cool to see Vader, but at the same time, it's like, we don't need him though.
Well, Darth Beard. Remember Rogue One, the movie? We got a little pinch of him, and I think it worked. I think it was good. The end scene was terrific.
Oh, it was iconic. It was
iconic.
It was the best.
Iconic. So, what could we see in season 2 that is maybe iconic? What would you say is iconic in season 1, James?
Oh,
is there anything that's iconic in season 1?
What? Say that again.
Is there any iconic moments in season 1 of Andor?
I think so, yeah. Which is, I'm gonna say Stellan Skarsgård's his speech about what did I sacrifice. Like, that speech is one of the best speeches I've ever heard. Not just in Star Wars, but like in movies and television, like everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
So, and of course, that was written by what's up?
What would you say is the next iconic moment?
Fight the Empire, the finale. That whole sequence like is so good because you feel the tension rising, and the words she is saying is like, she's like, we were asleep, we were all asleep, like, I wish I could be there with you to fight these bastards. And you're like, oh my gosh. And I remember I let my wife hear that, and she was like, she was doing something, and she just looks up and she's like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, yeah, it's Fiona Shaw, 1, and 2, right. She has given us just this amazing moment.
And it was a different F word at first too.
Right. And if you look, she clearly says the other word.
It changed the audio, but they didn't change the video.
Yeah, she does not say fight. I'm pretty sure they're gonna change her lips. I don't know, but she clearly does not say fight the Empire there. Hold on. Somebody, Adam said Ahsoka wouldn't surprise me, which is true. Ahsoka is kind of involved during this moment. What's it? Luthen's monologue and Marvel. Yeah, see, Noah also agrees, and also Andy Serkis's speech, One Way Out. That whole speech during the prison break is also very, very good. That whole sequence is also very, very good. And then, of course, the very end, which was I Can't Swim, which was so heartbreaking. Yeah, season 1 have 3, and I think I just named all 3 of them. I'm just saying. But yeah, so now we get to season 2, and now we're gonna be able to bring in these legacy characters, which the first season didn't do. And like David was saying, the first season relied heavily on character, relied heavily on that story, and we didn't need to see all those people to get this story the way we did. So now season 2, we're leading up to Rogue One. Now you have an excuse to start bringing in these people, and I think that's the way to do it. And I think, and I don't want to say bring this part up, I think that's where my problem is with The Force Awakens, was that I wish they would have done what they did with season 1 of Andor, which was just focus on the new people, and then the next one, then you start bringing in the legacy characters. Then you go, oh, okay, this is cool. This is how it all ties together. But that's another topic for another day. Mariana says season 1 feels like the talk, and the season 2 feels like the walking the walk based on the trailer. Talking the talk and walking the walk. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a lot of what George Lucas's great quote, which was faster and more intense, is what season 2 feels like it's gonna be.
Yeah.
What was that?
It does look like it is faster and more intense, which is something that's a part of the formula of making a Star Wars.
And it works
and more intense.
And it works for season 2. You know what I mean? Like this is all going to work for season 2 because of how much time and effort they put into season 1's story. So I think that's why a lot of us are hyped, because a lot of us know what a good show should be. And when we saw season 1, we were like, oh, that is a show. That is a good show. And then now we're getting into season 2 and you see this trailer and you're like, oh, looks like they're doing it right. Looks like, Tony Gilroy did his homework and is going to give us something really, really great. Do you want to see Tony Gilroy stay with Star Wars?
Yeah, we talked about this in a previous podcast that, I mean, Tony Gilroy probably wouldn't be your first choice so many years back, but he has taken Star Wars and he has made it for grown-ups in a sense. He's grown with the grown-ups that were kids when Star Wars started out. And he puts this really kind of logic and common sense into Andor, that this is the way things are going to be. I mean, war is hell. And he kind of shows that as much as he possibly can, and you kind of get that through the screen. And without lightsabers, without Jedis, this is what it would be like. So I think that's what made the series so great. And it looks like we're going to get more of that. There's going to be more Star Wars elements, of course, coming into season 2. It has to be. But he really captured it a certain way, and it was gritty, and it's called Star Wars, You
have to have wars in there.
Yeah.
Adam on YouTube asked, if Ahsoka appeared, would she still be young enough here to be played by Ariana Greenblatt? I'm gonna say no. I don't know, because we're getting close to A New Hope, so she should already be in her 20s by this point. Which, right? I don't know. Maybe I know if Colin was here, Colin would be able to tell us exactly how old Ahsoka should be during this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they do bring her in. Countdown City Geek says Tony Gilroy for Knights of the Old Republic, which would be pretty insane if Tony Gilroy did do that. I think.
Yeah, I hope he stays in the family. I hope they're like, okay, well, we want you to do the next Star Wars thing. What did you have in mind? And maybe he's like, I don't know anything else. This is it. I mean, what do you guys have in mind? And then they go, well, we have this slew of like other wartime projects. You can do the Jedi versus Sith war, where you have a bunch of Jedi, a bunch of Sith.
Can you imagine that? Like,
I can't imagine that. That needs to happen like ASAP.
Oh my! Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad that won't happen. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be really disappointed, because
it's going to happen eventually. It's just a question of, am I going to be alive? How old am I going to be? Am I going to be in my 80s? I mean, are we going to wait decades for this thing to happen when it probably should have happened like in the first few years? I don't know. We shall see. I mean, is there going to be a fan as in control of Lucasfilm? I mean, I don't know. Darth Beard, he says, no Ahsoka, no Asajj. Gilroy will keep it in the family of what he's already used. He's not geeky enough to add all of our dream cameos. That's kind of the way I feel. I mean, I don't foresee him doing a lot of that type of stuff. I think the Ghost in the background and Chopper in the background, I think that was all like Star Wars story unit. But
it does sound like it sounds like he's gotten more into Star Wars. Like, if you look at interviews with him and the way he's talking about it, and David pointed this out to me, he was like, he doesn't sound like he did before when he did Rogue One.
Yeah, now he's more into it.
Now he's way, because if you ever go back to his Rogue One days, he was like, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I've never liked it. I know Star Wars. I know what I need to do to tell a good story, which is what he did for Rogue One. And if you watch some of his interviews, he was like, I got my writing credit, which was no effort at all to do with the guild. And then there was even talk of him getting a director credit for Rogue One, which he said he didn't do. He could have fought for it. He probably could have won, but he said, no, I'm not going to do it. So it sounded like whenever he did Rogue One, it was mostly about business, mostly about I just got to tell this movie. I'm going to tell it the way I want to tell it, and I need to clean up whatever was there before. And he did. And then it felt like Kathleen Kennedy said, okay, now how would you do this? And he said, okay, I'm going to hire these writers, hire these directors, and I'm going to do this and do this. And she said, perfect, do it. And boom, season 1 was a masterpiece. And what's his name? Bo Williamson or Willie, whatever his name is, was the creator of House of Cards in London. And then he brought him over to write some of those episodes. And he wrote that amazing monologue that Stellan Skarsgård gives there in Andor. So, and if you look, he also brought him back for season 2. So we're going to have that 2 great writers. There's another writer as well. We're going to have some amazing writers on this show. And it feels like he really got into it, and he's given us, like, if you just watching that trailer alone, you see stuff that you're like, oh, that's from this. It feels like he did his homework, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do next after Andor season 2. Oh, hold on. We got a comment here from Darth Beard. He doesn't seem like the type to be won over by big wigs in Disney Lucasfilm. So when they want him to add cameos or extras, I imagine he says no. Look at that Marvel. Look at the Marva monologue. Yeah, that's true. We're just gonna have to wait and see what he's gonna do, how the season's gonna go. But I'm hyped. I'm already insanely hyped for this show. It is hard not to be.
Yeah, man, my mind is just like running, like, with all the possibilities for this show. And it's Celebration too. We'll be in Japan. Alan Tudyk will be there. I can imagine something where he comes out on stage and he says, if you have a wristband, you can watch the first 3 episodes.
It's gonna happen. I think we're at least gonna see the first episode. For sure gonna see the first episode.
Yeah.
Whether or not we get all 3.
I want to see him come out and be like, we're going to show you the first episode, guys. And the first episode airs. We like it. And then he goes, do you want to see the second episode? And then they show the second episode. Do you want to see the third episode? Do you want to see the 4th episode? And just keep on going.
We'd all just be sitting there for like 5 hours watching all these episodes. San Antonio Nerd Coalition says, hi, y'all. Thank you for saying y'all. I say y'all all the time here in California. And people just look at me like, and it's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. My cousins, when I was younger, they're like, you have a Texas accent. And I was like, I do?
We do. Yeah.
Do I have a Texas accent? I can't tell.
So here's the thing. I think you and I have Texas accents on certain words. I think there are certain words you and I will say that will come out with a Southern drawl, and people automatically go, where are you from? Because I've said things before, and I've said it, and I'm like, ugh. And they look at me like, where are you from? I'm like, don't worry about it. Darth Beard says, don't forget to low-key go live for us when it comes on. I don't even want to chance that, man.
Okay, here's the thing. I was just about to talk about that. So I don't think James was there, but for the Kenobi premiere, they did the whole red carpet thing. They had people literally walking up every staircase, looking at us, making sure we weren't recording this thing because it dropped out. The first 2 episodes dropped a few days before the actual world premiere for everyone on Disney Plus. So you had people like this, like looking at you. And one time I went like this. Like, I got nothing.
But they
have monitors.
I'm just kidding.
They have, and it was, I remember, I can still see the image of this lady, like looking, like, do you got something? And I was like, no, just sitting there. But we all know that people go to these things and try and record. So yeah, they definitely want to protect all the surprises and stuff. But then again, you have people watching it. They can spoil stuff on social media. Yeah, we're not going to do that. But I mean, it's just probably going to be a matter of days, right? Because it's going to come out April 22nd, and we'll be there like a little bit before then, because Celebration starts April 18th, right?
Yeah.
So, the 18th, you guys don't have to wait too long. And plus, we spent all that money to go to Japan.
Yeah, right. I just got a notification from YouTube. Crystal Kyber is on YouTube right now live, which is why she's not watching. Her video was Andor season 2 trailer was strange. So yeah, after you're done watching this, go check out Crystal Kyber because she's probably dropping a great video right now because she's amazing. And yes, Mariana, we know 18th through the 20th.
Yep.
Right?
We'll be hanging out with Mariana.
Yeah, she's been sending me a lot of Japan like travel tips because apparently her and her husband have like it all planned out. And I'm like,
wow,
I
already?
don't know what I'm
James
doing.
and I have done nothing.
We've done nothing.
We're still trying to figure out what days we're going.
Yeah, I already know what days I'm going. I just need to get this guy to figure out what days he's going. And then once we figure that out,
James wants to put David in like generational debt here.
But yeah, she said literally. Yeah, she's been sending me a lot of stuff on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like I needed this because I don't know what I'm doing. And so yeah, it's getting more.
So
more
James,
exciting.
you want to go a full 7 days before celebration starts?
Yes.
And you want to get lost in Tokyo?
I want to get lost in translation.
Yes, we're gonna find Scarlett Johansson and Mariana Arnold.
Yes.
And Zach.
And
Zach from Facebook.
And then
Japan Boba Fett, apparently.
Yeah, Japan Boba Fett's gonna be driving us all around. But yeah, it's getting exciting. But every day that passes, we're getting closer. So it's like we need to, yeah. But yeah, we're excited. We are pumped for this because it's gonna be a huge culture shock. It's gonna feel like we're on a different planet completely. So I'm excited and terrified at the same time. So and then I'll be the one walking around with an iced matcha. Not me. Matcha's not my thing, so I'm not gonna be walking around with that. But I know 7-Eleven is a place to go because they have everything there in Japan. Yeah. Everything is at that 7-Eleven, so you could even like get your money.
Embassy.
Yeah, and I know we said it before, but yeah, it's like I've watched so many videos, and they're like, it's better to get your money currency exchange at 7-Eleven, not before you come in. Not at the airports where they have spaces specifically for that. Go to 7-Eleven because that's where you get your money exchange.
And apparently the exchange rate is really good right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, but yeah, so the closer we get to it, the more we'll be talking about it, and we're going to be vlogging while we're there each day, like we did for Chicago, and then of course David and I are going to podcast each night we're there, and we're excited, and to answer Darth Beard's question, yeah, we're not gonna record because you don't want to see Andor on our shaky phone watching. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to see that. You want to see it on your nice TV when it drops.
I have a 40K or 4K 60 FPS on my phone, James.
Yeah, well, so do I. But I'm not gonna be. We're
not gonna break Lucasfilm law.
No, because that would suck if they kick us out and they're like, you can't come back to Celebration, not Japan to Celebration.
You can't come to the 50th Celebration anymore.
Oh yeah, they were banned from Celebration. Don't say that. That's terrible. Google Glasses. Darth Beard says.
Darth Beard has it all planned out.
Then to reply, Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Okay, so I have an iPhone 14. James has like an iPhone 16.
16 Pro.
Oh my god! Look at that.
It's a very nerdy case. I know we're
Star Wars.
It's a very nerdy case because it mimics the original iPhone. So yeah, that's why I have it. My background is I'm not gonna show my background, but anyways, it's a Star Wars character, but I can't show you who it is. I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm joking. Countdown City Geek said that sounds like a lifetime ban. Exactly. So yeah, we're not going to be recording, even though we both have really good phones. We're not going to be recording.
That's an interesting question. I wonder if people do have lifetime bans from Celebration.
Oh man, what did you have to do to get banned from Celebration?
Well, I know there's like negative Star Wars people out there on YouTube. I wonder.
Oh, like did they even get?
Because you don't see those people at Celebration. No. You see them at other cons, but you don't see them at Celebration.
That's a good point.
So maybe some of them did get banned and they just didn't advertise it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe that's a question we need to ask, because we run into story group people sometimes at
Yeah.
Celebration. Maybe maybe I can word it in a way where I'll get that actual answer, because they will talk to you.
Yeah.
I think I've talked to a story group person every celebration I've been to. I've spoken with Matt Martin, spoken with Leland Chi. Who else? I think that's it. But I've seen them, spoken to them multiple occasions. But yeah, Leland Chi is the most like talkative. They'll talk to you about stuff. And I'm pretty sure all those people will be there. Anakin Skywalker will be there. Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen
and Vanessa Marshall got announced.
That's right.
So
I'm just waiting to see if Daisy gets announced. That would be Daisy and John Boyega going. Like, that would just be nuts. And that would be huge. We'll see.
And all the tickets are sold out. You can't buy a single day ticket for Japan Celebration.
Yeah, the 3-day pass sold out pretty much like when it dropped. The kids passes, I think, sold out a little bit later, but now individual days are completely gone. So yeah, there's no last minute ticket buyers anymore. Or the last ticket buyers already bought them all. So yeah.
Yeah, the badge art is fantastic. I think it might be the best ever. And I'll have a lot of badges. So if you need to go to Celebration, look for me.
Yeah, well,
I don't think. Does everyone know the story?
No, I don't think we should tell them that story.
Why not?
It's a frustrating personal story. I don't think we should tell people that. Our patrons, we'll tell our patrons. We won't tell everybody on here. So yeah.
Well, long story short, I bought badges for 8 people. And only 2 people are going.
And David and I are going. So yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of badges. A lot of stinking badges. But I mean, in the end, I might have those badges, even though they're extremely expensive, and I'll be able to kind of collect them. I was thinking about getting autographs on them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because I'm not quite sure which art is for what like type of badge, but there's one with the stranger, Manny Jacinto, is going to be there.
Oh man.
It's going to make me want to get their autograph looking at those badges and just have them sign that. Because of course I have the Ryan Johnson one right there. You can't see it below the stepladder, but yeah, it's hanging on the porg's neck. But yeah, for sure we have Oscar Isaac.
Oh man.
We're gonna do the photo op with him, meet him. Should be really cool. We're going as soon as he's available, so he's not gonna be all like tired. And hopefully he's in good spirits after that flight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to get there a couple of days earlier. Like, there's no way he's just going to land and then go.
Well, he's a busy guy, James.
Yeah, true. But you never know. It could be one of those things where he's like, "Oh, I get to go on vacation to Japan." Like for a couple of days. So he's probably set out some time to do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're excited. We're gonna have that. We're gonna post that picture as soon as we get it, so y'all can see us. And then,
oh my gosh,
Mariana said, I think I spent more in photo ops than in my actual badge. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, this is my Oscar Isaac is my first photo op I've ever paid for. So, well, hopefully this all goes great.
Yeah, I would say more than your flight. They're not cheap, especially like the Oscar Isaacs of the world there. But we're actually gonna have a few people over there that I know. General Kenobi's bunker, he's going. He's been on the show a few times. Our friend Haley, who was on the show on our Patreon podcast the other day, she'll be there. Also, I believe Izzy from Legion Sabers, he'll be there. I believe Matt will be there too.
Matt?
So, yeah, Matt, the owner of Legion Sabers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He was just in China like a few months ago.
Oh my gosh.
At the actual plant where they make the sabers.
Nice.
So
yeah, we're gonna have friends there. We're not gonna be alone. It's just It's just Tokyo's big. It's a big place. There's a lot. So it feels like it's going to be overwhelming. So I'm glad there's people there we know that we can just be like, hey, can we hang out with you? Because I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. It just feels like there's something to do on every corner. So yeah.
Well, luckily we have someone over there that is willing to drive us around a little bit. I'm not sure in Tokyo, but I know for like convention purposes to get to and from places, I know we'll have someone. But
nice.
Yeah. And if you see us, people listening and watching us, don't be shy to come up to us because I'm going to have a lot of swag, actually. I bought Japan-specific swag to hand out. So tell us you listen to us. Tell us you watch us. Tell us you're subscribed to YouTube. And you'll get a little something.
Yep.
So, all right. Nice. Well, I think that is this episode. There's a lot of other news that I think we're going to talk about next episode. This was just kind of a shocking thing that this came out today.
Yeah, we had to drop this one
about it. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to, James and I will probably do another podcast later this week. I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about, like Daisy Ridley. There's news about her, Warwick Davis receiving his fellowship BAFTA, and he had an incredible speech. Yeah, look, Haley will be there.
Yep. And welcome. Finally, she shows up. Jeez, just kidding. Hold on, I gotta do this for Haley. I think I do this every time for her. Hold on, let me see if I can get this. Nope, it's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there. It worked. Anyways, but yeah, she'll be there. But yeah, you're right. We got to talk about Warwick Davis, and also Daisy Ridley gave a few more things, updates about the new Star Wars movie. So
right, and she also mentioned other franchises too that she's open to do those, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think she's a pretty good actress. I think she could hang in other franchises. I mean, she would really fit in the HBO Harry Potter series, I think.
She would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So So yeah, there's a lot of other stuff to talk about, and today was specifically for Andor, but thank you so much for watching this.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone in chat. Looking here, Bender, Mariana, of course, at Adam, Nick, Alex out there, Darth Beard, of course, awesome Patreon member, Countdown City Geeks, Adam Locke, Noah out there, San Antonio Nerd Coalition told us hi, and of course Haley. And yep, that is a podcast. And like I said, we'll be back later this week to talk about all the news like we usually do. So for James, my name is David, and may the force be with you
always. Should I do it? No. Is it gonna happen? There it goes.